The Samsung S90F and Samsung S90H can both make Netflix look spectacular, with perfect OLED blacks, powerful contrast, and enough HDR impact to transform dark dramas and visually ambitious series. But the newer S90H has one advantage that becomes surprisingly important for streaming, and it has nothing to do with 165Hz or gaming performance. Netflix is especially demanding because the quality of what you watch can vary dramatically from one title to another. Premium 4K HDR series can look incredible, while older shows, compressed streams, and lower resolution content can expose weaknesses in processing and upscaling very quickly. Both televisions use Samsung's NQ4 AI Gen 3 processor, which means the older S90F remains extremely competitive when it comes to cleaning up lower quality sources and presenting them on a 4K OLED panel. Faces, clothing textures, backgrounds, and smaller details can look sharper without making the image excessively artificial, while high-quality 4K streams retain the clarity you would expect from a premium OLED. Contrast is where both models immediately separate themselves from conventional LED televisions. Because every OLED pixel can switch off completely, dark scenes have genuine black levels, rather than the grayish background you sometimes see on backlit displays. This is especially valuable for Netflix dramas, horror, science fiction, and cinematic series where much of the atmosphere depends on dark environments. Bright objects also remain precisely controlled, so subtitles, lamps, reflections, and neon signs do not create obvious halos against black backgrounds. That precision gives the image more depth and can make nighttime scenes feel far more cinematic. Before choosing between them, check the current prices through the links in the description, because the size of the S90F discount could easily become the deciding factor. There is one important limitation shared by both TVs, and that is the absence of Dolby Vision. Netflix has a large catalog of Dolby Vision content, but Samsung continues to rely on HDR10 and HDR10 Plus instead. Neither the S90F nor the S90H fixes that issue, so if Dolby Vision is one of your highest priorities, you may still prefer an OLED from LG or Sony. However, I would not assume that Netflix suddenly looks disappointing because Dolby Vision is missing. The combination of OLED contrast, strong HDR processing, rich color, and excellent black levels still produces a highly impressive streaming picture on both Samsung models. The real difference appears when you start watching Netflix during the day or with lights on. A dark Netflix series can look incredible on the S90F at night, but reflections from windows or lamps can become distracting once the room gets brighter. This is where the S90H's glare-free treatment becomes far more valuable than its higher refresh rate ceiling, because it directly improves something you may notice during normal streaming every single day. Instead of watching your own reflection during a dark episode, the S90H does a better job of reducing those distractions and preserving the visibility of darker areas. That makes it much easier to move from daytime streaming to nighttime movie sessions without constantly changing the lighting in the room. For Netflix specifically, I would almost completely ignore the difference between 144Hz and 165Hz, because neither gives you a meaningful advantage for normal streaming content. What matters is OLED contrast, processing, HDR performance, and how well the screen works in your actual room. If you normally watch Netflix at night in a controlled environment and the Samsung S90F is substantially cheaper, I would buy the S90F. It delivers nearly everything that matters for streaming, including perfect blacks, excellent processing, rich color, and a premium cinematic image. If you watch throughout the day, have windows or lamps reflecting across the television, or the price difference is relatively small, I would recommend the Samsung S90H. Glare-free makes it the more versatile Netflix TV, even though the underlying OLED experience remains very similar. If both models were selling for almost the same price, I would choose the S90H, but if retailers heavily discount the S90F, I would save the money and take the older model, because for Netflix in a dark room, the actual picture quality difference is unlikely to justify a large premium. If you would like to check today's price, availability, or read buyer reviews, you will find the links in the description below.